Hello, sir. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can. I can. You are
Okay,
clear.
then it's good. In
Yeah,
fact,
I see.
here also there are the problems which see my power is off here. I don't know what has happened.
Okay, okay. I see, but we had some serious problem over here because we were trying to connect some of the participants, but we were not able to do that. I don't know. I mean, we had received all the requests and we accepted, but still that didn't work at the peak moment. So I had to create a new meeting, and thankfully now it's working. And hopefully, I'm just going to wait for a few minutes more, and hopefully other peoples will be joining soon. I mean, we're having some participants on board now, so
Hmm.
maybe I would request to all of you if you could give us 5 minutes more, because we had some technical difficulties, and maybe we can wait 5 minutes more for them to come. And I mean, it's now 11:07, so we should start by 11:10. Sir, I think we should start now. It's 11:10.
Yeah,
Should we?
yeah.
Okay. Um, Good morning to everyone in this.
But I think Arun, one thing is there. What I am feeling that
Mhm.
probably Shuhas is not visible. All of them are not visible. They have not opened up.
uh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Uh,
Can we request to all the participants if you can turn on your video camera? Will that be okay to you?
Yeah. So, yeah, Nirmalendu Nayak, I think, has joined,
Yes.
and
Kishore is here,
Kishore, Kishore is on.
and
Uh,
Ravipati sir is
Ramapati,
also here. Yes.
yeah, Ramapati is also on.
Suhas sir, can you turn on the video camera for us?
Yeah,
Okay.
Subhash is also there. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, Kishore is also there. Yeah, now we can start, I think.
Okay. First of all, we are very sorry. We are 10 minutes late because of the technical difficulties we had. This morning, I tried my level best to fix things up, but that didn't work somehow. And we are missing many participants this morning.
Yes.
There should be more than 10 or maybe even more than 15, but we missed all of them.
Okay.
And we had to start a fresh meeting, skipping that scheduled meeting. So now we are in this and we are having less participants. But anyway, we will continue with this and maybe we'll focus on the next, and
Correct.
will be better equipped, and will be having more participants then. But anyway, let's come to the point. First of all, let me welcome all of you in this session. And this is our first webinar kind of session with Gautam Roy sir. First thing that you probably aware from that meeting agenda, that we are going to talk more about the gap between aquatic culture science, that's aquaculture science, and maybe the way we are using that science in the practical
Please.
practice. So that should be something sir will be discussing about. So how people can get prepared themselves and find the most benefits out of that science. And next things, maybe we all are thinking to, getting progress in the business or something, or maybe we need to learn the technique to produce the high value fish. I mean, with our normal culture, we always think to promote, and we always think to increase our knowledge in aquaculture. So sir will definitely discuss about that. And maybe we'll discuss later, but just let me tell you a few things. Like, if you need to communicate with for something directly to share, you can always go to our forum and you can post your questions, and sir will answer on that. And that's all from my side, and it's all sent now. So over to sir. Yes, sir. Sir, please continue.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
So,
Morning, sir.
very good morning. In fact, as we are discussing, in fact, Arun was forcing me that, okay, we should meet somewhere someday, because we used to discuss lot many things. Now here, then I thought that, okay, let us discuss about the gaps. And just when I was thinking that thing, so this thing came to my mind that gap analysis, probably it would be that maybe we can term in that way, we can state in that way that how we are going to act on the fact that we are more ignorant than knowledgeable. What I feel. See, this is the thing what I have seen everywhere. Now, knowledge is there. We know that biofloc technology is there. We are there associated with these biofloc technology and the fish farming, right? Now, my first point is that it's a very short period of time. Within that period of time, I think we should give more stress on the major points or the important points. See, if we see overall that fish culture, then first thing comes that water. Second thing comes that seed, that is your fingerling or seed. Third thing is that feed and the practice, what we are doing. Understanding the technology, that what we are going to adopt and how we are understanding that thing, and in a right fashion we are going to apply that. Now, with respect to that, if I see a very primary thing which we probably miss sometimes, that is the initial water quality testing. Now, that is very important thing. Means whenever we are going to carry fish into the water, if we do not know that what is there in the water and how those are going to affect our culture or the fish, then I think we will miss a lot. So there is a lot of gap. And now, okay, now we are going to taste the water. What to taste? There are so many things for the water. Now, whatever important thing are there, important parameters are there, which is really affect the fish growth and the total duration. So that way, I think we should keep in our mind. So if we say that thing, then we'll see that there are 2-3 things. One is that the temperature, then your pH, then your alkalinity, then your hardness and salinity. These are the things normally we used to check, but we never check that what is the pathogenic bacteria content in the water. And in that pathogenic bacteria, there are many pathogens which are there in the water. Now, among that, we should know that probably that what is the primary pathogens or the indicator pathogen, if we say. So if we consider that thing, probably I think we will be in a safer side. So during this preparation, the first thing probably we miss that initial testing. And okay, of course, it is needed to know that what is the importance of your alkalinity, pH, and then hardness. All these things we need to know. But if we know the initial condition, then only we can act upon. If there is any deviation, in that case, we should know that we have the knowledge and we have the understanding, then accordingly we can take the actions. So that is the primary thing. Secondary thing is that normally, probably if we just segregate these things in two aspects. One is that culture in tank, and second thing is that culture in pond. So these two things will be different. Little difference is there. What is that difference? Now see, suppose if I consider this pond, in that case, what I feel that there is a gap we normally used to miss, or we do not, we normally used to ignore rather. That is the condition of the soil. Soil condition we never measure. Particularly, that very important thing is that soil pH. pH is a very important thing because that pond is holding the water. So if we do not know the condition of the soil, then I think there will be a missing link. That link will not be proper, right? Second thing is that organic carbon content. We are using fertilizer now ignorantly rather. We know that yes, for the plankton growth, for the zooplankton, phytoplankton, all these things, your carbon is required. But just on the basis of that thing, we are just acting upon. But whether it needed or not, that we are not considering. So what I mean to say that analysis of water is very much important. Your soil is very much important with respect to its particularly this pH and these organic carbon content. Then conductivity means whatever salts are there or not. So these way, if we just get certain preliminary idea regarding the soil, then it will give a good idea, and upon your water preparation probably will be the good one, right? So we can make up those gaps. Second thing is that after getting these things, we are sanitizing the soil. Now we do not know that what is the condition and how should we do. Suppose we are liming it. Now during this liming, what is the procedure we are following? There I think there is a major gap which we should cover up before this liming action. Then your after that your bleaching. We are normally broadcasting bleaching, right? So depending on the load, depending on the ionic condition, depending on the conductivity of the soil, we should use the quantity of bleaching powder, right? Third thing is that what we are giving means in the long run, what we want from that soil. If we know that thing, if we analyze that thing, I think then only we can do the better water preparation, right? So I am considering that, okay, if we understand that thing, in that case, our water preparation will be proper. Now, if water is there proper, we know the condition of the water, then seed. In case of our Venami, I have seen that a lot of people are ignoring the initial testing of the seed, right? So when we are collecting those seeds, majority of people, they are not going for the testing of the seed, that how healthy the seed is, right? Because whenever we are putting those seeds, we are expecting that it should give good result. Now that good result will get if the raw material is good. That means if the seed is good. Now the quality of seed is very important. So we should not be ignorant on that. Similarly, when we are getting these fingerlings of other fishes, whatever fish we are going to cultivate, there also we need to see that how is the health. Now I think there is no test laboratory as such in and around where we can get it tested with respect to our fingerlings. So at least we should see the physical condition of the seed, how they are moving, what is the conditions in the water, just seeing those things, at least we can guess, okay, the seeds are good, right? Sometimes seeds are traveling a very long distance. So when they are traveling a long distance, so after coming to the site, they should get certain time where they can at least get some normalized situation, and they can move around, and just by seeing their movements we should guess that what is the condition of our seed, and accordingly we should act. Okay, if the seeds are little not that healthy, or the average seed if it is not healthy, then we will have to take care of those things, right? The third thing is that when we are getting the seeds, the acclimatization of the seed with this new environment, it's very, very important. But what happens, that when the seeds are coming, we do little hurry. Hurriedly, we just try to broadcast into the water. So that gives a very tremendous impact on the seed, because those are very little animals. So they require acclimatizations. Now, acclimatization with respect to particularly temperature, then pH, then alkalinity, then salinity. These things are very, very, very and very important. And another important thing is that when they are traveling a long distance, and automatically they will be under stress. So release of stress is very important. Means the animals, whoever is there, they should not be broadcasted in the water with stress condition. So stress release is very, very much important. Here I want to highlight one thing. Afterwards, when the fish, we are rearing the fish is in growing shape and size. What we are doing, we are using a lot of medicines, we are using a lot of good feed, right? But we do not know that whether that fish of the finger, I mean, that fish is able to accept those things, because we do not know whether the development of the gut system or its health, whether it is okay to accept those things or not. If we do not know, in that case, I think our purpose will not serve, right? So that way, these things should be very, very important. That way, what I mean to say, we are using probiotic. Why? Because digestion will be good, and your gut system, gut microflora will be good. But these things should be done from the very first day itself. Means, what I mean to say, when we are acclimatizing the thing, that time, just after acclimatization, we need to sanitize in a very mild way, and that time itself we should give a probiotic treatment, because those beneficial bacteria should enter into the gut of that small fingerling or the seed post larva. They should enter, and they should dominate the gut microbiota. So if that thing happens, in that case, I think we can eliminate 70% of the problem. Thereafter, it will come the biosecurity, because we are taking the measuring steps afterwards. So when the things are happened, already happened. But prior to that thing, we should take the biosecurity measures, because these fingerlings or the post larva prawns, they are very, very prone to disease and other things, because their immunity system has not yet been developed. So we'll have to give the time for the proper development, proper immunity system development. Then If if anything happens, in that case, if we apply the thing, then it would be okay. But prior to that thing, we should take the precautionary measures with respect to our biosecurity, right? So that is another point and another gap, major gap, what I feel. Second thing is, another thing is that we are providing feed and all, right? But how we are keeping that feed? Because feed is a very rich source of protein and carbohydrate and nutritious thing, where the chances of development of fungus, which is means your undesirable fungus, undesirable bacteria, those are very high. So we should procure the feed, seeing its quality, its nature, all these things we should know. And then when we are procuring these things and collecting it at our site, then we need to take care for those feed, because day to day we will put those into the system for their eating. So just like our kitchen, see, we are getting the vegetables and all, and we are washing those things for our protection, right? See, that way, when we are procuring the feed, we should maintain our feed stock in a proper place, so that there is no contamination. Chance of contamination means elimination of chance of contamination should be there. That is another gap, and probably we are ignorant, because see, in Andhra Pradesh, I have seen a lot of farmers. They are totally ignorant. Means if you see the stack of the feed, see, stack piles are there, rats are moving, birds are excreting on the feed, and they are just ignorant, and they are just giving those things to the fish. Now, if that way we handle the feed, then what we are going to expect, right? So prior to that thing, I just go back to another area, that is your water, the source of water. Source of water is also another factor. Means whenever we are putting the water into this thing, so we should ensure that we are sourcing the water, we are procuring the water, we are putting the water from the sound source. So that sourcing is very, very important, because just when I was talking about this Andhra Pradesh, this thing, there I have seen the water, they are changing the water exchange. Water exchange is there. What they are doing, they are just throwing it the other side, and from the other side where they are drawing the seed water, that water is the drain water from other pond, right? So if that happens, in that case, that is not safe. That is means the water exchange, the purpose of water exchange is getting defeated completely. So that way we should take care of these things. Then I think most of the things will be, we can handle the things. Now, thereafter another thing appears in my mind, that okay, our water is good, our fingerling is good, our testings are okay, we have understood the thing. Then our package of practice, how we are handling the thing, what frequently we are checking those parameters, right? Because it's a long duration cultivation. See, 120 days these things, minimum cultivation period. So all these days we should measure the parameters, and we should record it, because whenever there is any outbreak of disease or any outbreak of any problem, then I think those things will give us a very good thing. Means if we do not know the history, how we are maintaining the thing, it would be difficult for us to control. Means if we just note down, record it, all these things, in that case it would be easier for us to control the any challenges which is happening, right? So that is the thing which I wanted to say, that because people are getting a little bit complacent after a few days, they are just checking off and on like that, right? Another important thing, I think there is a major gap, that is your usage of probiotic. How we are using this probiotic, what probiotic we are getting, and how we are using these things. Now, here I want to mention one thing. In fact, this is my personal opinion, that whenever we are using any probiotic, it should be activated. It should be activated first. Means, what I mean to say, suppose the probiotic is containing your bacillus group. I'm not talking about this lactobacillus. See, suppose if it is bacillus group. Now, we know that bacillus group, when it is in powder form, right, it is in spore form. That means the atmosphere where this bacteria is there, it is not suitable for their survival, right? So for that, they are remaining there and in the form of spores. So they should, and if we put that thing directly into the pond, in that case, they will take some time to act upon. So that way, if we do that thing prior to this broadcasting or prior to the application, then I think it would be better, right? So that way, if we see that if we activate it in a carbon source and in a proper environment, then what will happen? If we see the graph of these things, a graph of the probiotic, I mean bacterial growth, in that case, we will see that the first phase, your lag phase. So all of us, we know, but in that lag phase, they will take some time, and then it will in the log phase or the exponential phase, then it will be stationary phase. So that 30, if you see that overall average curve, then 36 hours, 30 to 36 hours is the period where the activity of those probiotics are very, very good. So that way after 36 hours, if we add, then what we are doing, we are just providing the activated bacteria into the system just to act upon. So there are a lot of foods are there, a lot of things are there to act upon, and the moment they are going into the system, this will start acting, right? So that way, that should be the best application procedure for any kind of bacteria, right? So that way, if it is your feed supplement, then also I used to recommend that first you activate the thing, then apply it, right? So water probiotic, soil probiotic, the application procedure, I think there is a major gap. Normally people don't used to say, means if you say, I mean companies and other things, they are not recommending that way. But as a microbiologist, I have seen those things by my own hand. So that way I am just saying that it is better to use in that fashion, right? So that is another thing. Then the most important thing is that feed management. We are very, very much familiar with that concept, that carbon nitrogen ratio, all these things we are just hearing. Probably we have gone through various literatures also with respect to this carbon nitrogen. So that calculation part and other things, I am not going into that details. But what I mean to say, if we see the concept there, everybody is saying that there are a lot of excretion, lot of excreta and lot of undigested feed into the pond, right? Through this thing only. That means if they are consuming that feed, then also it is not getting digested completely, right? So what is my this thing, that what I feel that the gap is, we know that there is a feed wastage. The percentage, if we see, then it is 20 to 22% on an average. 20 to 22% of feed wastage, direct feed wastage is there, right? Now, our ignorance is that if anybody says that, okay, you just reduce the feed, whatever calculation has come as per the body weight, right? You reduce the feed. We are not going to do that. This is our ignorance. So that way, my point is that just be little bit cautious and be very, very good feed manager. Feed management, if the feed management is good, in that case, your balance 10%, balance, I will not say 10%, 8 to 9% problem will be over. Means your 90% was there whenever you are taking care of initial, taking care of at the initial stages. So balance 9 to 10%, 10%. Among that 10%, 8 to 9% is that feed management. If your feed management is proper, right? So there is a major gap in the feed management. Now, one is your quantity, another one is your quality, right? We are ready to add additional carbon, but we are not trying to reduce the protein content. So what's the fun in giving that much of protein? Because we are ignorant about the energy requirement of the animal, right? So in fact, if we just go a little bit of depth, these feeds and other things, why the people are going to take, I mean, these animals we are going to take this feed because the energy requirement. And among the total energy generation, you will find that around 20% energy is for growth, and the rest of the energy is your this thing for the movements and other activities, right? Now, if that is so, in that case, what we are our concept is, okay, more feed, more growth, more money. No, that is not the case. That is not the case. So rationing of feed is very, very much needed, very, very much needed. So there is a major gap. So we need to understand that what exactly we should give, what is the energy need, and that also depends upon your this thing fish quality, I mean the type of fish you are culturing. Means the energy needed for the catfish, energy needed for the prawn, energy needed for the tilapia or koi, all a little difference are there. So accordingly we should act upon. So here we should understand, here we should not be ignorant about the things, that whatever gaps are there, we definitely should make up that gap. And then I think most of the things will be, we can control most of the things, right? Third thing is, another important thing is that I would not go in much of detail of that thing. That is the density. So one concept is there. One is your carrying capacity of the pond and the density of the pond. So those things are very, very important. Means suppose in a cow shed, just an example, in a cow shed, there are hundreds of cows, right? They are just excreta is there, urine is there, so darts are there, so all these things are there, right? They cannot stand, they cannot move, right? So that is not an healthy thing. So they will be under stress, right? So, but in the same area, if we just reduce the number, then they will be comfortable. So their health will be good. They will not be in stress, under stress. So if that happens, in that case, the things will be better. The shape of the thing will be better, right? So that way, we should keep it in mind that what should be the actual this thing, means density, and what is the carrying capacity of our pond. All these things we should keep in our mind, and accordingly we should act upon. See, suppose we are trying to cultivate more fish or with a denser this thing, then we will have to keep it in mind that if it is more, in that case, what is our duty to what is our activity to give them the proper this thing. So here one thing is appearing, that is stress, right? So here I will say that there is a major gap. We never think about the stress of the animal. We never think of, right? So my concept or perception is that if we go along with the stress condition of the animals, in that case, probably in these days, if we see that there is 100 problems, and if we just consider, we keep it in mind that we are going along with the stress condition, right? Considering the stress condition, then I think 90% of your disease and other things can be eliminated, just keeping in view that we should not keep the animals under stress, because whenever the stress condition will be there, then the animals will be prone to disease, right? So their immunity system and other things will not be good under this stress condition. So always we'll have to give the stress released condition. So that is another important thing what I wanted to mention here. So we know all these things, just we'll have to be little bit careful. Whatever gaps are there, if we just think of, in that case, I think we can win the game. So in nutshell, I just wanted to conclude this thing, right? So if anybody has any particular point, in that case, we have I think a few minutes we can discuss. Suhash, do you have any this thing?
Sir, we have a question. I mean, we have a questions from Suhash sir. He has posted the question. He said that the concept of seed testing. You can find that question in the chat box also. He said that the concept of seed testing, in addition to the physical appearance and activity of the animals, if we can test the water in which seed is carried, can we be able to detect the pathogen and bacteria in it?
Yes, we can. Means if the water contains non-pathogen, I mean, if the water contains no pathogen, in that case, 80% we can say that there is no pathogen. The pathogenic contamination of the seed will be less, but in the gut system, definitely there will be certain pathogenic bacteria. In the gut system, it will be there. Naturally, it will be there because it is an ecosystem. So everywhere there will be some undesirable and desirable things. Only thing is that what we are trying to say, that we should dominate the desirable things. We should dominate by the desirable things. Then I think it would be a win-win situation rather.
So, sir, is that okay, or you have anything else to ask?
Sorry, I cannot hear you clearly.
Arun, your voice was not clear.
Am I audible now? It could be my system, the technical problem I had. Is it better now, sir?
Yeah, it is better now.
Yeah, sir, I was saying that, I mean, are you happy with the answer, or you need to ask something else, or maybe additional to that answer?
It is regarding the stock density when we talk of, as compared to the normal or natural pond. If we are going for intensive culture like the biofloc or RAS, in that case, by what percentage or by what the density can be increased with respect to the natural pond?
Yeah, there are a number of things it needs to address, right? So this may not be the right tell, because there are various conceptual things, right? So after clearance of the clarity of those concepts, I think if we say just by saying that percentage and other things, probably it will misguide you rather, right? If I say that, okay, with the help of your, I mean, if you go to bioflux system, in that case you can get 10% more, 15% more. That will not serve the purpose to us, right? So I want to specifically say that thing, that okay, just understand the thing, do the thing in your by your own hand, right? Then automatically you can see that what percentage you can increase. Because there are a lot of variables and interdependency, right? So that interdependency you should know. Then you can yourself can do, and you can answer yourself itself.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, Arun.
Yes, sir. So we have another question from Jadhav, sir. He's saying that the feed management is a good concept, and where we can find the fish-wise chart of their energy consumption.
It is there. It is there. Prior to that thing, again, I will say this is Praveen.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. To Praveen, I would suggest that, okay, again, the same thing what I to Suhas. Here also I will say the same thing. See, I have talked about that we are ignorance about the feed management, right? Now, only chart will not give us any good thing, right? Because again there is the interdependency. If I say that okay, if you give 20% less feed, but your natural feed is not there, right? Then the purpose will get defeated. So that way there are the interdependency. Now you should understand those things. If you can understand, logically you should go. Means what when I am saying that your feed rationing, it doesn't mean that don't allow the this thing animals to starve. Starvation is not my point, right? But point is that understand those things, and whatever the other things are there, accordingly you can do the thing. And third thing is that another important thing with this respect, if I say that energy requirement of koi is 330 calorie per this thing, right, per day, can we assess that thing? We cannot assess, right? So that way, if we ask, in that case, again that would be an academic thing. So I think that will not serve our purpose. Only thing is that we should understand that why we are saying that control the feed. That is, if you understand that thing, then you can do the thing. So one aspect is your energy. Another aspect is that with that more feed, you are polluting the environment. We are just creating the stress to the animal. So that way you'll have to think that what actually is happening, and on the basis of that thing, if you can go, in that case, I think it doesn't have any problem, because the feed chart, this energy chart, all these are there in the literatures and other things. But what we are saying, that we know the things, but in some points we are ignorant, and in some point there are application gap. Means why we are doing these things. If we can understand it, in that case, I think it would serve our purpose. So that way, what I propose, that we should interact very frequently, so that we can share our knowledge, and just understanding the situation, we can do the thing, we can help each other, then we can win the battle. So that is my point. That understand the thing, and accordingly you do the thing. And another thing is very, very important, that keeping that record. That record keeping is, I am giving stress, because whenever if you ask something, I will counter ask regarding the history, how you are doing, what is the things. Means, see, suppose if you go to a doctor, right, if you have some cough and fever, so what doctor will ask? Have you go to rain? Have you went up to the your terrace in the night? Did you stay there with a bare head for quite some time? Means they will try to understand that what is your practice and why it has happened. Right? So my point is also the same thing that way. Whenever we are with any stomach upset, we start thinking that, okay, yesterday night we took some bhaji. That's why our stomach has got upset. Right? So that way, say history is very, very important. So you can ask Arun that.
Yes, yes. Sir, is that okay, or should we?
It's a very
hello?
good point to note down everything. A kind of a SOP needs to be prepared and to be followed. And if there is some issues, we can always discuss on that. So at least we know where we went wrong.
Correct.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we have another questions from. This is from Kishore. He's in the business now. He's setting up his farm.
Okay.
So he's asking that if the fish density is kept less in the tank or pond, can the cultivation cycle be decreased?
No, because see, cultivation again, it's a natural growth. So by any means we cannot just elongate the thing and we can extend the thing, right? So that is my point. But definitely, your problem facing problem, it would be, I mean, less. But again, it may not be economical. Why you should? Means whatever area is there, you should utilize the thing, or you should utilize in a very intelligent manner, so that you can be gainer. Our ultimate aim is to gain. So that is my point.
Kishore, is that okay?
Yeah, I got it. I think it should be kept optimum.
Yeah, optimum. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
you are right.
yes.
Optimum, or little bit more of the optimum, if we can intelligently handle the thing. Right. See, suppose in a room, you can stay 3 people. So you can adjust another one. Right. If it is there, then why not? That depends upon your management in the room, how you are staying, what is your practice, right? How you are compatible to each other. So that way it is there. So always it is, because see, these days it's a very tough day, right? So we should utilize the thing, whatever best utilization we can do.
Yes. Right.
So that
is it okay, Kishore? Yes.
Yeah. Right.
So that's my thing is that Arun, one point. See,
yes, please.
Know the thing, go in deep, use your logic, be little bit cautious, right? Because it is not I would not say that it's a rocket science. Only thing is that it's an application. It's a common sense. Apply your common sense. 3-4 fundamental things are there. See, suppose one major thing is that what I have said, that is your stress condition. Second thing is that good environment, water environment, soil environment. If you maintain, if you can maintain these things, then it will be absolutely okay. And your observation. See, I have seen some people, they have got big ponds, right? But they are completely dependent upon their workers and all. They're just rarely they are going to their seeing the pond and other things, right? So that way it will not help, because it is your baby. So you will have to be a keen observer. If your observations are there, in that case, definitely, see, there may be some silly observation, but note it down. Keep it a note that these are the things. Now, in certain point of time, you can discuss your observations. Those observations will be very, very valuable for the others. Very, very much valuable. So share those things. So lot many things can be taken out from that. So that is my point, in fact. So ultimately, what I am trying to say, we should make a very good chain. Now, if the chain is strong, will be there. And in fact, it is in my mind that, see, we should form a group of good people who can understand the thing. See, today I am saying, tomorrow Suhas will say. I want that. Another day, your Praveen will say. Someday, Ravipati will say. We will listen because it is his observations. See, I will propose here that after doing these completion of this session, I mean, your complete this culture cycle, I would request Suhas that what is, we'll share the, one day we will take to share with Suhas that what is his experience, how he has gained, right? So that will give us a very good interaction, and whatever he has observed, whatever he has done, if we can know, in that case, we can rectify each other. What Suhas, what is your saying?
Definitely, because this is basically when we talk of intensive farming or biofloc or RAS, these are just new to our environment. We are just new to these environments, and we need to understand how this will grow in our Indian atmosphere. And everyone has a different opinion and different experience while doing so. So from the experience of others only we are going to get lot many things, and definitely it will help others.
But see, I will say that don't get confused. You apply your own logic.
Right.
Lot many things are there. But most of the things you just analyze yourself, then definitely, and if there is any doubt, you just raise the question, we will discuss, then we will get the right path.
Particularly about the disease management, like the other vet animals, we take them to the doctors and veterinary doctors. Is there any, there are veterinary doctors who are specialized in fishes? We can get a consultancy out of those?
Here I have two views. One is that, first thing is that, yes, there are, but there are few. Second thing is that, their concept. See, my concept is that, and it is my experience also, that if you maintain the fundamental things right,
correct,
right, then your 80% will be over. 80% you will not face any problem. So that way I am not very much anxious about your disease and all. Because see, if personally whoever is with me, there the disease outbreak is very low. Very low.
Okay.
Very low. In fact, proper application of your probiotic, it will take care of your lot many things, Suhas.
Yeah.
Only thing is that properly utilize the probiotic, properly handle the water,
right,
keep a close look on the biosecurity point. See, we are talking about biosecurity, but what we are doing, that when we are going near the pond, we are just putting our hands without washing our hands and without sanitizing our hands. This is a common practice. So we are just incorporating some undesirable bacteria, right? So these are the small things. If we just take care of it, then it is through. It is through and through. Only thing is that, see, disease outbreak and other things, as you were saying. And second thing is that your immunity development. If the immunity development is good, see, I have seen my Dadaji that in 80 years, he did not wear the specs. You also have seen the same thing.
Correct.
Right? So what they did, not miracle. Only thing is that their living style was different than ours.
Definitely. Correct.
So that way, if we just try to improve our package of practice, the way we are handling, then everything will be over. But yes, of course, there are the things. See, there also the gap. You will find the gap. Somebody has prescribed your antibiotic, right? But at the same time, they are not giving any probiotic along with that, and we are also ignorant. Now, whenever we are giving this antibiotic, we are destroying the beneficial bacteria, right? So after that, what will be the thing? See, your disease is over, but the disease is cured, but your animal is weak. So there, if we do not take, then another attack will be there, because it is a very prone to these things. Right? So that way my conception and perception is. So I think Arun,
yes,
small thing, we can arrange these types of courses and all, so that we can clarify ourselves in detail, in depth, because today there was not much of time, right? So if we can arrange these types of things, in that case, lot of clarifications can be done.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
That way, because probably you have understand that what we have seen, we have kept our course, the coming course, that is the introspections, means we know the thing. Only thing is that एक बार पीछे मोड़ के देखना है, पीछे मोड़ के एक बार देखना है जो हमने जो सीखा है और जिस हिसाब से हम अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, whether it is right or wrong. If there is wrong, what wrong, why wrong? If it is right, then okay, is there any chance of improvement? If we can get some more benefit, that way. Very simple.
Right, sir. We are making, as you probably know that things are getting recorded. So we will have all the aspects, what we are discussing now, so that some of those aspects will be part of the discussion when we sit next. So yes, we are in the process of making a note of these things. Sir, we have one more questions from Ravipati sir. He's saying that how best we can reduce the FCR in shrimp biofloc.
Oh, it's a debatable question. It's a good question, but see, only thing is that I would say that good management. That is the only thing. Good management. You do in a right manner, you will get it.
Am I audible to everyone else other than sir?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I think something is not.
Maybe wrong with his network, I suppose.
I think. Let me call him, sir. Give me a moment. Hello.
Hello, you are audible to us.
Yes. I just talked to him over phone. He said that something is not working at his end. Maybe, and he said that things are sort of we have covered up, and we are going to conclude for today. And the question we had from Ravipati sir, he will answer that over phone. So, and apart from that, we are concluding for today. If you have, sir, any question, just post on the forum. He's monitoring the forum, so all the answer is going to you is after his approval. So all those things are coming from him only. So if you have any question, if you need any information, so you can always go to the forum and you can post that and you will get an answer. Or if you have anything serious, you can always send me an email, or maybe you can directly send an email to him as well, right? So we are concluding for today, sir. If anyone has any question for me.
Regarding the regular session which starts from tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So the link and all, you just please.
Sir, again, we're very sorry for today. I mean, something we're not working. We did our best. But if you talk about the courses, the regular courses, if you find, the booking confirmations you had received, Sir has joined. So let me take him. So the notifications you had received probably on your email, you'll find a link under that email with the link. So that will be the link. So you can use that link only to join the meeting every day. I mean, whenever you will have class, you can use that link and you will join, and that will work.
Okay, fine.
Sir, welcome back, sir. We are still here and waiting for you. No, sir. I said everyone that we are concluding, so this is okay. This is okay, sir. Sir, Nirmalandu, sir, do you have any question for us? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Sir, any question from you?
No, sir.
Okay, fine, sir. Okay, sir. So we are concluding today, and we'll get back to you, Robipati, sir, for the answer. And thank you very much for your participations over here. And sir said to say thanks to all of you on behalf of him for joining and listen to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.